How are you doing? I hope you're doing beautiful well wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching me for the very first time, my name is Chinaza, and on this channel I discuss mainly on wellness tips. I also talk about healthy lifestyle tips and Germany residency information like we're going to be talking about today. Today we'll be looking at Germany family reunion visa application process, what you need to apply to join your spouse here in Germany. Before we go into that, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for always making out time to watch my videos. Thank you for your comments in the comment section. They are so encouraging. If you've not subscribed, please do well to touch the red subscribe button down as you're watching this video, and also touch the bell notification there and turn it on so you'll be aware and notified whenever I post topics like this. For your spouse, your partner here in Germany, whether a man or a woman, can bring you from any part of the world to join him or her as a married couple. You want to unite with your family. Before that can happen, that's your spouse who is bringing you must first of all have an EU permanent residence permit, or the person can have a temporary residence permit in form of an high title. The person should be above 18 years, okay, and the person should also know how to speak German. These are some of the criteria that the person must also, be able to meet before the person can talk about bringing you. The person should also be financially buoyant. The person should have a steady means of income, so the person can show that he or she can support you financially during your process and even when you come. Another requirement is that the person can have an EU blue card. This blue card is for foreigners who are skilled in a profession that want to work or that are working here in Germany. They can also bring you if they have this EU blue card, okay? And you as a spouse or partner that wants to join your family here in Germany, you must be over 18 years. You can also make yourself acquainted with the language in your home country. Learn at least the L1 level where you can be able to introduce yourself and make formal statements in Dutch, okay? Another thing that you must note is that the Federal Republic of Germany does not in any way recognize polygamous marriages. If your spouse has brought a partner here before to join him or her as a partner too, the Federal Republic of Germany does not recognize that your spouse has two wives or two husbands and the second one wants to join. This is your tradition in your home country. It is entitled to how many wives. So once your spouse has brought somebody as a partner before, you as a second partner cannot join. The Federal Republic of Germany does not recognize this, and you are not eligible to join. It is just a spouse for a partner, except you guys came together, then you divorced, you made the official documentation process showing that you guys are divorced. The lady is no longer in your custody, the lady has gone back or has done a different thing, then you are free to bring another spouse. But once you're still with that former spouse, you cannot bring another spouse. The requirements that you that wants to join your spouse, you the immigrant, you the applicant, these are the documents that you need to get together. I'll be making this is a general requirement. You should go to your country's website and get a download of what is required for you to be able to apply to meet your spouse in Germany. But this is the general requirement that everyone needs wherever you're coming from to meet your spouse in Germany. You need biometric photos too. They should not be older than 3 months. So you also need to submit 2 visa application forms that you filled honestly and correctly. Do not try to maneuver anything. Do not try to put things together. Things will be reviewed gradually. They have details of your spouse here in Germany. They also want to get yours to make the kind of check to ensure that everything is in correspondence. So these things must be filled in honesty and they must be filled correctly. Okay, you can download these forms online and fill them with black pen. You must use black pen or biro, whatever you call it. You can also fill them online and submit. And then for every document you're bringing, you should bring 2 photocopies. I say 2 because they may require 1. and then you go back to what they're required to. So it's better that you do that than doing it in the embassy premises where it's going to be expensive for you, like what I experienced. Okay, I'm giving you tips on also how I did mine and it worked for me. Okay, you need a photo passport that's biometric standard. You need two visa application forms that are filled honestly, okay, and correctly. You also need 2 questionnaire forms that are filled honestly and correctly. I made a video before on concerning this, and people are asking me questions based on the difference between visa application form and questionnaire. Visa application form shows details concerning you, what you want to do, where you want to come, the husband's your spouse details and all that. But for questionnaires, covers a lot of things. All your siblings, your parents, your neighbors that were aware that you got wedded, your school certificate, your school life history, all of the places that it covers a lot of things. You have witnesses for your court wedding, their names, their addresses. On every questionnaire helps the lawyer that will be coming for verification to go all around and verify the things that he or she needs. Whatever you fill in the questionnaire will be used by the lawyer when it's time for verification to go around and verify it, ensure that things are not being cooked up, that you're going for the right purpose to Germany. Okay, so be sure that these things are filled honestly and they are filled correctly, because if you try to maneuver anything, when the lawyer comes, they visiting all of those places that you filled in these questionnaires, and when he goes there, the wrong data. So people have made a mistake of filling wrong date of birth, and then they went to the place where they were giving birth to the hospitals with their birth certificate. The data there's something different, and you are writing something different. They went to where you did baptism, they went to your school, they went to where you have your court wedding, the dates are different. A lot of things are happening. You didn't have your court wedding there. Okay, ensure that you make things easy for yourself by filling these forms with honesty and make them very clean and correct. You also need to sign the declaration form, a form you just need to sign to show that all that you filled in your questionnaire and visa forms are true and honest. Okay, you also need to present your birth certificate. You also need to come alongside with your A1 certificate. You must learn German in your home country. Ensure to register wherever that is close to you. Learn this German at least to the A1 level where you can be able to speak, introduce yourself, and answer simple questions. You go for the exams. You must pass these exams. The certificate is what you'll be including to show that you went through this. And you also be interviewed that day in a little bit touch to ensure that you did not buy this certificate for yourself. So ensure that you do things correctly. Okay, you need your international passport. This passport, if you want to be using your surname, your middle name, when you get here in Germany, you should make this passport in your middle name. If you agree with your spouse to be answering his surname when you get married, ensure to do this at once with his name, so you do not go to the point where you have to remake another passport. You also need to produce all of your school certificates from nursery to primary, secondary, university, child, whatever that you enrolled into that is in form of education. Be sure to give originals and photocopies of this document. And if for any reason there's a document that you cannot really answer for, document that you cannot be sure to give no directions, because the lawyer will be coming to verify all of these things, we want it to go to all of these places. If you know that these documents are not true, do not be tempted to include these documents. Okay, you also include your marriage certificate. If you can, translate this from your local language to English or Dutch in your environment if you can, and include this, because the German embassy in your country will approve also of this. Okay, if you're married before, include certificate of former marriages, and if you are not divorced, also include certificate that shows that you are now divorced. You also be needing to pay your visa fee during your interview. The visa fee for adults is €75, but that's for children above 18 years or to 18 years, it is €7.50. You have to convert this money to your local currency to ensure that you come with it that day and you pay. It is acceptable to pay, I think, in cash, or you can also go with your card if it is necessary, but cash is what was accepted during my own time. Okay, now note that this visa fee is not refundable. Even if this process doesn't work out, maybe during the course of time things were not done the way they should and they were refused visa, you will not be reimbursed. You want to reapply after a time for another visa process, this money will not count. You have to repay this money over again. This is why you must make sure that everything you're providing, the information are true, they're reliable, they're honest, and they are correctly filled, so that your effort and your money doesn't go into waste. Now, what are the documents your spouse who is in Germany should give to you to submit to them? The reason for this is to ensure that he actually came back for wedding, because sometimes this current world where photoshopping is applicable, your spouse should come back for court wedding and traditional wedding, which in my case I provided evidence like photos to show that he was there. I met during the verification time. The lawyer also met with some of the court wedding witnesses that signed documents. He also came around the house to ask neighbors if they were really aware that this kind of thing happened. Okay, so your spouse during that time that he's coming back should give you these documents to go with. They will also ask me to bring a photo copy of his passport to show that when he arrived into the country and when he left. I gave them all these things. It may be different in your home country, so just find out what they need. So your spouse should produce a copy of his permanent residence permit or temporary residence permit if he has. These are the things that he should give to you to submit for yourself and for him when you go to your local German embassy in their country where you reside. He should also give you a proof of accommodation. They want to be sure that he is capable of accommodating you here in Germany when you come. Okay, they will ask for a number of rooms in your questionnaire. You fill the number of rooms he has. Don't try to write that he has 5 rooms when he has 2 rooms, because they know this is not where things are not organized. Things are organized there. They know where he stays. They know how many rooms are available in that environment. Okay, so these are things they want you to do. You also be submitting a proof of his financial ability. If he's working, where is he working? Submit that copy of work papers for them to see. Also submit the last 3 months base check of where he's working, so that he has not lost his job. And when you both come, you will finally depend on the government that from the beginning he cannot support you financially. They want to see that he's working. They want to see that the last 3 months he was not relieved of his job. He's still working and he earns salary that is able to support you financially during your process of coming and even when you arrive here in Germany. They also want you to produce 2 biometric photos of your spouse. These photos is always bigger and can show more facial details of your spouse and even for you. Now, if you have children, you have a space where you fill in the questionnaire data or details of your children. You'll be submitting the birth certificate for your children. You'll be submitting the proof of the child's nationality. Okay, if for example you can make the child's international passport or national passport, they also want you to bring a proof of care and custody for the parent residing here in Germany. If you have a child you're filling form, you produce a proof that shows that your spouse here in Germany has or owns this child. You produce the child's international passport or identity, produce the child's birth certificate. Okay, these are all of the documents that you produce for your child. Note that all the documents that you're bringing must be in originals, 2 originals and 2 photocopies, and if you can, translate them all from your local language to English or to German if you can. Now, when I applied for family reunion visa in my home country, there was no coronavirus then. Now that there's coronavirus, a lot of things have changed from the way they used to be. Okay, formally you gather your documents, you go online and look for an appointment, or you contact someone there who can give you an appointment, okay, officially. But now they want to minimize the rate at which people come together. When you're ready, you make contact with them, asking that you want to come and submit your document for family reunion visa or whichever visa that you're applying for. They will be the one to give you the date for your interview. This makes it a little bit complicated because the date may be longer or shorter depending on when you inform them and the kind of job they have at hand then. Okay, if they're busy, it may be longer. If they're not busy, you may have shorter notice. Okay, so you must wait until whenever they give you a notice that you can come you can come. It is a little bit complicated because if you're not ready and they give you time, you'll be under pressure. And but if you're ready and you're still waiting, you will still be kind of under pressure and tension. So these things have changed. It is no longer time where you decide on when you want to go for your interview. They are now they want to decide for you. And after everything, they still keep everything for within themselves, allowing you to wait, do not make inquiry of the process, what is happening. If they want to still inform you. During my own time, I submitted my documents. Before submission, I paid for the verification fee. I went in for my interview. I paid for my visa fee. I went home, and then after some time, I got an email that my identity has been verified or registered as Miss So and so. And then I waited more, and after some time, the lawyer contacted me that he will be coming for my verification. This was the way it went. After verification, went back, and I got another email that my identity has formally been established as Mrs. So, that everything is okay, that I should bring to them my health insurance that will cover for 3 months, that is 90 days, and I should also bring my date of travel. Okay, this is the way it goes. You bring your date of travel and you bring your health insurance. If you are asked in your home country to bring it all at once, you also do so after your inquiry. Some people asked me in the comment section about the last video I made that they were asked to bring a booking ticket. It is only when you're coming for travel, you're coming with a travel visa or student visa, that you'll be asked to bring a booking ticket, your ticket. Things are not already settled. Why would you bring a ticket for travel when you're still just submitting your data, submitting your papers, submitting the process the process just wants to start? So it is, for me, at the end of the day, when my data has been established, everything went on well after verification, that I was asked to submit my health insurance that will cover for 3 months in the Republic of Germany and my date of travel. They never asked me for a ticket. When I got my visa, I saw that this visa covered from so time, and that after this time the visa would expire. I now was the one that made haste to buy my ticket, so I do not miss or let this time expire. This was the way it played out to me. If you're having a different experience, ensure that you make verifications to know why it is so. I hope this video is very beneficial to everyone who has asked me questions earlier on in the previous video. I'll be leaving a link to all of those videos, how I was verified, in the comment section. Do well to share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones who are also planning to come and meet their spouse here in Germany, so they can also get handy of all that they need to get together as requirements to make this process a success. Until my next video, I will see you then. Bye bye.